All right. So, um, I'm recording this because, for whatever reason, while I'm laying in my bed, right, I keep feeling this like generating heat feeling, a sensation, and like the shaft of my, penis, right, and it's just the shaft, like. But it's something on the inside, and it's like the entire um piece, right? And it's not like something, it's not like burning on the surface, but it's like everything deep within. Almost like the cells are heating up, like almost like I'm being microwaved, right? And then I start to, I use my qigong, my chi energy to try to track where this where the energy source is coming from, and then it leads me back to this wall. If you check back a few videos, I was talking about how this particular wall has this weird thermal magnetic energy coming from it, right? And then I remember some some well couple years ago, this development was going through a lot of construction, right? I don't remember the name of the construction company, but Bayview Houses was going through a lot of construction, right? And then all of a sudden, I'm feeling all this energy, and then as I start to try to record, I mean, you can see that the EMF reader is actually picking up on magnetic radiation. But why would there be magnetic radiation coming from a wall where there's no outlets? There are no outlets on this side of the wall. All the electrical wiring would be on that wall. So that's where my TV is. That wall has the wall outlet. But there are no outlets on this side of the wall in the entire room. And I'm pretty sure all the apartments are just the same. And now that I'm recording, they're trying to like change the amount of magnetic radiation that's coming off of the wall. But you see how the numbers would fluctuate. Remember, in scalar technology and scalar weaponry, they use the electromagnetic field of something that's already present, and then they basically take the energy from that electromagnetic field and use it as, I guess you can say, like an energy source to direct. You see those numbers, right? They use the energy from that electromagnetic field to basically direct energy as ammunition or like a source to be able to, attack someone. Now, I've heard from somewhere that well, let me back this up, because then that's the phone, because you can see, like, the closer I bring the phone to the meter, that's when that goes up, but keep it back, right? So, but I've heard that you can actually put, like, kind of what was it? It was something along the lines of, I heard that you can actually put like transmitters inside of bricks. Now, I remember when this development was going through, the construction that it was going through, they said that they were removing asbestos. They said they were removing asbestos from the building, right? That's what they claimed they were doing. But if you live in Bayview houses and you were watching them from time to time, and I'm saying this because, there are people that live in these developments that, I'm cool with, I never had a problem with, and, I think it's the human thing to do to alert people to something they may not be aware of, that's actually making them sick, or something that, some nefarious group of people are doing to them to try to, kill them off without them knowing that they're being killed off. And I remember all it looked like what they were doing were taking bricks out the wall and then putting bricks back into the wall. It didn't look like they were necessarily removing anything, but if they were removing things, one thing I noticed in particular, after they finished the construction, you can hear things going on in other people's apartments a lot more clearly now than you were before they did the construction. So, and I think that's that. I think anyone living in this development will probably be able to, admit to that as truth, because it's like, before they did all the construction, you didn't really get to hear much of anything about what people were talking about. You didn't get to hear, that much noise, whether if even if it was a party going on, it wasn't that loud. But now all of a sudden, after they finished all this construction, now you hear everything, and then now that, the targeting has started and all that, and then, now that I got an EMF reader and everything, now I'm able to notice a lot more things concerning, energy and radiation, so I'm kind of along the lines where I'm thinking to myself, these it goes beyond, like, these weapons that's being used, it goes beyond just cell phone towers. They have secretively and literally like installed things in the building to actually make it easier so that they can basically attack people from, wherever they are, See, and I think for the most part, all they need is just a little bit of radiation, just a little bit. They don't even need a lot, just a little bit of radiation. It's like all they need is just a little bit of radiation, and then they can draw energy from these points, right? Now remember, scalar wave, all the scalar wave does, it just takes the energy particles from something that's producing an electromagnetic field, and it transfers. It basically carry those energy particles as a beam, and they direct it towards something. It's like, when you think about it, like, is New York City not violent enough? Is it not violent enough? Is it not enough that there's shootings almost every day? Is it not enough that someone's getting stabbed, beaten up, or raped, or robbed, or whatever the case? Is it not enough? So now we gotta deal with direct energy weapons. Is it not enough? Is it not enough violence in this country? Is it not enough? Like construction companies are making it so that I can't say that I would just come over and go on the outside of the building and break through the wall just so I could find a transmitter. But obviously, you see it's off, right? If I turn it back on and I just place it up against the wall, why is there a magnetic radiation reading coming from the wall where there should be, if any, where there shouldn't be any magnetic radiation coming from the wall? I mean, if I were to go, that's the fan, but I also have magnets on the fan too, trying to create like a whole nother type of magnetic field. But and then that goes off because the lamp is actually plugged in. So I'm thinking to myself, is it not enough? Is it not enough that we actually have to deal with the regular, violence of this city? But now we got to deal with people. Now we got to deal with people who basically, and then look, when I drag it along the wall, it spikes even more. Right? And then now that I'm not even on the wall, it fluctuates all throughout the room. Meaning that means there are transmitters all around my room pinpointing on the space where I'm at, so then they can basically take the energy particles that's already flowing. Look, I'm not even against anything. Why is there magnetic radiation even at this level? Why is there magnetic radiation if I'm not even near anything? So at the end of the day, it's kind of like we just got to realize that, like, if we can't get people in positions of power, whether it's in government or whether it's Department of Defense, I don't know. That's why I feel like, what? I hope the sun really does have like the largest M-class solar flare ever recorded, and it knocks all electricity out. I really hope that's what happens at some point, because I feel like that's the only thing that's going to save us, because obviously, we can't get humans to help us, because humans are either too afraid to fight against the system, or it's not enough of us. So I don't know. We need some type of like intergalactic or divine intervention or something, because the people that are basically in power right now, they're basically having a free fall. And they're just like basically getting away with straight up, it's a Holocaust. And then they're blaming it on COVID virus. And I already know all the details about the COVID virus, that like, yeah, it's not what people believe it is. All you got to do is do proper research. If you really want to know what's up, go to grand-jury.net and watch those legal proceedings. Though it's an international, it's an international legal proceeding of, numerous doctors, lawyers, scientists, and historians who are basically debunking many things that are about the COVID virus, the vaccinations, the testing, all of the things that are that are wrong, but are not being necessarily talked about in mainstream media. And these professionals are from all over the world. UK, India, China, Japan, different parts of Europe, Australia. They're from all over the place, giving their details about how they realize that there's something else at play. People aren't just dying from COVID. And if you look up the symptoms of electromagnetic radiation, they're literally right in line with COVID. So and then if you know about how directed energy can affect the system, and especially when you direct enough energy into a person's mediastinum, or their torso, it can literally cause the cells to basically not function properly. And then next thing you know, you can't necessarily control your breathing. You feel like you're suffocating, and the one thing that most people wouldn't notice is like when they're so-called diagnosed with COVID, is, have you noticed that there's like this weird like vacuum like sensation going into your chest? If you have been diagnosed with COVID and you ever got the feeling, if you could ever remember, if you ever felt like like there was something sucking into your chest, that is called holing. Holing is like a process where, like, on a atomic level, particles are basically creating nano and micro holes through your bones and through your tissues, and it is basically making holes. And then it's is all these nanoparticles, these this energy that's being vacuumed into your chest cavity, and then it constricts you. It makes you feel like you can't breathe. This is why I've been telling people they should learn about Qigong, because if you learn about Qigong, you can learn to use your own energy to create like a magnetic field, or some type of magnetic, pull with your hands, and you can pull this energy right from your body. Now, I'm being radiated like my right now, I'm basically being, I'm basically being burnt alive down here, and I don't have no type of, STD, that causes me to burn. Like, no, because when I use the Qigong to pull the energy, I can literally feel the energy pulling into the palm of my hand. And then it creates like a stream. It's a literal stream of energy that goes from wherever I'm being attacked, and then it pulls into the palm of my hand. And then what I can also do is, as I'm holding it up, like I'm doing it now. So as I'm like pulling it up, I can also go like this, and then it would basically create like a wave almost going outward, because I have my fingers pointed. The energy will kind of travel up through the palm and go towards the fingers and out that way. But you're not going to be able to see it, because we're talking about near infrared. We're talking about, like you need special equipment to be able to see what it is, but you can actually feel it. You can feel it. It has a heat difference that's different from your body. It has a magnetic property to it, so it has a magnetism to it. There's a heat difference, and then there's a magnetism to it, But I don't know. I'm gonna just keep on seeing what I can do. Right now, the best thing I could do is inform. That's the best thing that I could do at the moment, is inform, teach people the things that I know, and try to remember to do my my radiation detox salt baths. I'm going to step it up to about like 3 days a week instead of 2. And plus the sea salt and baking soda are not that. They're not that expensive. They're not, most of the time, not expensive at all. So, but yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that, like, I'm still hanging in there. I don't care what these people say. They could call me a snitch if they want to, but they just don't realize that, for one, after, like, God forbid allows them to actually take my life, after they finish taking out people like me, they're going to flip on them and then basically enslave them, because I mean, honestly, when you think about it, I am in the projects, right? So how much do you think the elites really care about people living in a project? Like how much do you really think they care about people living in a project? Trust and believe, once they finish getting rid of us, who are the consciously aware and the consciously, the morally inept, or the morally righteous people, once they finish getting rid of us, they're gonna have a clean getaway with getting rid of them, so yeah. All right, everybody stay prayed up, man. Just stay prayed up, stay focused. Don't worry about so much about what they do to your body. Just keep recording everything that you can. Just keep recording, because all of this information is going to be used, if not for our benefit, it's going to be used for the benefit of the future of society. So just keep recording. Keep recording. All right, take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.